Hi, you guys. This is Pam with Pam for Christ. On this subject, I'm talking about saving the most unlikeliest of people. If you look at my videos, you will see how God has literally saved my life from a lot of different things. Which is pretty much like a miracle that I'm even here, right now. But like I said before, everything to me I feel is a learning experience. And even though a lot of things that I went through were very, very scary, it's just the fact that they were learning experiences. But you do save the most unlikeliest of people. In this particular story, it was a Sunday and I was on my way to church. I had got dressed and everything or whatever, and I was leaving out the door and I was on my way to church. And as soon as I had locked my door, I heard some gunshots. And on that side of town that I was living on, I mean, that was something I was definitely not used to. And I thought about it. I said, okay, I said, that was loud. I said, that sounded close. So what I ended up doing was going back inside of my apartment, and I called the neighbor and I was like, did you hear that? I'm like, did that sound like that was like, in our courtyard, or was it across the street? I'm like, I was trying to get his thoughts on what it was. And he was like, I don't know. He said that was really loud. And he asked me, was I on my way to church? And I was like, yeah. And so he said, well, just stay in for at least about 5 minutes, and we'll see if we hear anything else, or see if anything goes on, or see if we see anybody. And I told him, I said, okay, I said I can. But even though I was already sort of running late a little bit, it wasn't going to take me no more than like 3 minutes to get to the church, because I was like right up the street from it. And so all of a sudden, I know after I hung up the phone with him, it could have been no more than like 30 seconds later. The door opened. We had a security door, but it's like sometimes some people may leave it unlocked accidentally, and sometimes well, most of the time they kept it locked, but sometimes they would leave it unlocked accidentally. And that particular morning, it was unlocked. So who the last person that came in through that door, because it was only 4 units on our side, so who left it unlocked, I don't know. But I heard some running. I heard somebody running up the steps. So I'm like, okay, I know everybody in my little section, and I know on Sunday I'm literally the only one in my section that goes to church right here. So I'm wondering, why am I hearing, usually everybody else stays asleep, and the other guy that I call, he usually wakes up at the time when I'm leaving. And so all of a sudden I heard running up the steps, and there was two sets of steps that I heard the person run up. And all of a sudden I heard someone fall at my door. And I'm like, okay. So the neighbor called me. He was peeking out of he was looking at the peephole. And he told me, he said, it's some dude that's laying down at your front door. And I'm like, oh my goodness. I'm like, are you serious? So he was like, yeah. So I said, okay. I said, well, I got to go to church. I said, I know I can't be late because I was a leader in the church. And I was like, okay. I mean, I'm already sort of running a little late, but I really don't want to be late like that. And I'm like, oh my goodness. I'm like, I know I'm going to have to leave out this door. And I'm like, who is this dude? And so I sort of waited it out maybe for like an extra 5 minutes. And I'm thinking, because I didn't have a peephole. So I didn't know. My neighbor had one. I didn't have one. And so he would keep me updated. Okay, yeah, he's still there. He's still there. He's still there. And so our phones had got disconnected somehow. I don't know. But the phone had got disconnected, and I didn't hear anything. And so when I looked up under the door, I saw, like some feet were moving. So I'm thinking that maybe, that person had went on back down the steps. So I'm like, okay, it's safe to come out. So when I came out, the guy, it was a guy, and he was sitting sort of at the middle part, bottom of the steps, but it was the middle part. It was the second set. And so he walked back up, and he was looking at me crazy, eyes all booked and everything. And I looked at him. He had a gun in his hand. And so I looked at him. I was like, okay, I'm putting two and two together real quick. I'm like, okay, it had to be him that was shooting that gun. And so when he looked at me, he said, where you finna go? I said, I'm finna go to church, sweetheart. I said, what, you want to come with me? So this is me playing it off, because I'm noticing that he got the gun in his hand, but I'm, trying to sort of redirect him from, him wanting to think that he finna do something to me. So I said, I'm finna go to church, sweetheart. You want to come with me? So he said, no. He said, I don't want to go to church. I don't want to go to church. Man, he just started talking. He's like, man, I did something bad. I did something I had nothing to doing. I said, well, baby, it'll be all right. I said, well, sweetheart, you need me to pray for you right quick before I go? So he was like, he said, man, you sound like my grandma. He said, you sound like my grandma. I said, oh, your grandma must be a good Christian lady then. Yeah, she so this means throwing the conversation off to keep him sort of distracted. So he was like, yeah, my grandma be trying to get me to go to church with her all the time, and this and this and that. So I said, well, I said, well, I think I would like your grandma. I said, she sounds like such a sweet lady. And so I stayed calm in the whole situation, because if I had to panic and scream and act a fool, that ain't no telling the dude had shot me too. So I'm just trying to divert him. You get what I'm saying? So he just started spilling the beans. And so I thought about it. I said, yeah, because your attitude towards a particular situation can either hurt or harm the situation. And so I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, Lord, I'm like, this could be it. This dude could shoot and kill me if that's the case. I'm like saying, I'm like, Lord, in my head, forgive me for the sins committed. And I'm like, I repent of everything I did wrong. That's me trying to hurry and get it together in my head, because I'm like, I don't know. This could be my last day. Dude, shoot me, kill me, or whatever. And so he just started talking, and he said that his baby mom, he had broke up with the baby mom. He said, and well, the baby mom broke up with him. And he said he was trying to beg her back and stuff like that. He said that she didn't want him back. She was keeping the kids away from him. The kids was all he had. He really, really loved his kids. And he said that he came over to see. Well, he had been coming over to try to see the kids, and she had been blocking him from seeing the children. So he said that he had came that morning, which was when we heard the gunshots. And he said he had found the other dude in the house. Said him, the dude got into it. Said he had shot the dude. Now we heard 3 gunshots go off, but he said that he hit him once. As far as with the bullet, he said he hit him once, but he said that he was backing up out the door at the time when he was shooting the dude. He said he shot him once or whatever. He said after he got through, he said he heard his baby mama screaming and stuff like that. He said the kids wasn't in the house. He was going to see the kids, but the kids wasn't in the house. The baby mama said that the kids was with her folks, and so that's good that the kids wasn't in the house. And so he said that he just heard her scream, and he said, and all he could think to do was just run. And so he said the first place he saw, in which he would have gotten to 2 other security doors before running around the corner to get to our security door. So it was 2 more sets of apartments, 2 more sets of floors of apartments before he got to the set around the corner from us. Because it was only 4, 8, 12, it was only 16 in the whole unit. And he came around the corner to come to ours. Like I said, I don't know, he could have, tried the doors at the other ones. I don't know. He was just running. And so he said he don't know. I don't know why I'm telling you all this. He just was basically confessing a whole bunch of stuff. And he was like, I don't know why I'm telling you all this. And I'm like, well, baby, I understand. I said, I didn't pretty much, been there, done that. I know how I feel, to have to be in this particular situation and, having, now I'm telling myself, but having shot, I just tell y'all, at somebody. But the thing about it is you actually shot this guy. And now, of course, you feeling a little guilty because you did it off of impulse. You know what I'm saying? So, the devil used you at that particular time to shoot this dude. And good thing it wasn't anything like threatening for the guy. But I told him, we heard the sirens, the police, the ambulance, and all that or whatever. And he asked me, was I gonna tell on him? And I'm like, I said, boo, I'm gonna tell you something. I said, I've done a lot in my life. I said, I have no room to tell on you. I said, I have no room to judge. I said, that's something that I definitely won't be doing. Because like I said, man, I'm still thinking, just in case, you might try to shoot me. Because I ain't finna say, yeah, I'm gonna tell on you, and then get shot in the head. No, it don't work like that. So I'm like, telling him, look, I don't have room to judge. I'm not finna, turn you in. Why would I do that? It's been times when people should have turned me in and didn't turn me in. I said, I think that it's by God's grace that I'm still here. I'm not in prison because I know I'm supposed to be for a lot of different things. I said, and I'm not. I said, well, God gives second chances. I said, I'm going to pray for you, brother. I said, and you ask God for forgiveness for shooting him and for forgiveness for letting the devil use you at that particular time. I said, so I believe you're going to be all right. I said, make sure you call your grandma, tell grandma what you did, how you feel, that you love her. I said, because to me it seems like you're closer to her than you are your own parents, because you're saying that she sort of, I guess you say, raised you. I said, but God will give you grace. I said, and then God's gonna tell you what to do. I said, don't worry about it, brother. I said, but I love you and I'm gonna pray for you. I done hugged the dude and everything. I don't know where that came from. But I guess maybe God knew that he needed, love. He needed a hug. And I hugged the guy, whatever. He was crying. He was just bawling his eyes out. He was crying. He was like, nobody's never said that to me before. They never been that nice to me. You real special. You just continue to be, I'm talking about that dude ministering to me. I'm looking at him like, oh, the tables have turned. I'm like, dude, okay, I'll take it. But he was just saying a lot of real nice things to me or whatever. He was like, you such an angel, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, brother, now this me. I'm like, this right here, honey, trying to hold back the tears, baby. I'm about to cry. So, after that encounter, he ended up leaving, and I saw him run like the opposite way of where the cops was at. The cops came by, and I went ahead and left. And the cops actually asked me, did I see a guy? Whatever, and blah, blah, blah. And I told the cops, I said, I said, no. I said, I didn't see nobody. Now, I knew I lied, and I shouldn't have lied. But at the same time, like I said, I felt that God was going to handle that particular situation. Instead of me trying to tell him this dude, because like I said, he ran, but I don't know if he was hiding behind the fence, because the fence or the house or the bushes or whatever that was across from him. I don't know if he was hiding and he was looking at what I was saying to the cops or listening to what I was saying to the cops, but I definitely... I'm the type of person where I am a person of my word, and I want to keep my word towards him, because I sort of knew, like I said, God was going to handle that situation, and God was going to soften his heart for him to do what he needed to do. And what ended up happening was one of the neighbors was actually friends with the girl over at the house where the guy I talked to had shot the new boyfriend, but they were friends with the girl. And the next day they told my friend that the guy had turned himself in and had confessed to shooting him or whatever, and he was just upset and this and that, and that the boyfriend, like I said, it wasn't life threatening or anything like that. The boyfriend was gonna be all right, and that was basically the outcome of it. And I was like, wow, I said, God really did, handle that situation where he ended up turning his, like I said, I didn't have to tell on him. I didn't have to snitch, dude turned himself in. So God really, really dealt with that particular situation. Now, how many years he got in jail for doing what he did, I don't know, because it wasn't self-defense at all. He pulled a gun out and just started shooting because he was, upset. But like I said, I really wish that I knew the other outcome as far as like how many years he spent or whatever. But I really do feel and believe that God used me at that particular time to be able to show him some love, and just like the grace that God shows us, to also show him some grace as well, and then to minister to him. And like I said, he ended up turning back around, ministering to me and saying some very pleasant things about me. So like I said, you can save the most unlikeliest of people, because I would have never known that the outcome would have came out like that. I would have never known that I was going to sit here and start talking to the dude like we had been best friends forever, with a gun in his hand, because he could have did anything with that gun. You get what I'm saying? But I think at that point in time, it was so much stuff that had already happened to me. I was pretty much prepared to, I guess, go ahead and go, because I'm sitting here praying. I'm like, Lord, forgive me. I repent and all this other stuff, whatever, because I'm like, if this was going to be my last time or my last day, I might well go ahead and get everything on out so I can go to heaven. But that was the testimony for today. But like, share, subscribe, and you guys tell me, your situation, or how you had to minister to or talk to, or maybe, get saved, the most unlikeliest of a person. But I love you guys. Thank you for listening. Subscribe, please, and peace.